Guys, I apologize for the delays, inconveniences, things of that nature. I've been extraordinarily busy during this 4Q season, but today I want to discuss private labeling versus drop shipping, which business model is superior. Um, the reason I want to bring this up is because I see a lot of a lot of juggling going back and forth. People saying, "Hey, live that drop shipping lifestyle. We can just travel the world and not deal with the inventory and not see the customers and not deal with the customers and the whole 9 yards and stuff like that." But we're gonna go slightly in depth on which one is more superior. The pros of private labeling: control and distribution, less competition due to barrier of entry being high. 100% equity means you can license out your product or get them into retail stores. High price margins, exclusivity, wholesale income, speed of delivery will beat the competition. Now, what do I mean by control and distribution? What I mean is, when you're drop shipping generic products or any products by that matter, you don't control the product and you don't control the distribution. You're at the mercy of your suppliers. If your suppliers are sold out by the time you're going to go fulfill the order, you're not going to be able to fulfill the order. You're going to lose the sale, and then you're going to have a pissed off customer, and you just wasted money on marketing ad spend. What I mean by control is you can't necessarily jack up the price to your likings. Well, you can, but you got to stay competitive, right? I mean, if you want to make the sale, you want to make money, you're gonna have to remain competitive in the marketplace, and you know, people are always gonna buy what's cheaper. You know what I'm saying? If you and I selling some Batman toy, a Batman action figure, and I'm selling it for $30, you're selling it for $20. Your odds of selling that, getting that sale increase by 100% margin, in my opinion. Less competition to barrier of entry being high. Now, what I mean by this is that when anybody can start drop shipping. When you're private labeling, you're manufacturing your own product. There's a lot of due diligence. There's a lot of logistics that goes into the process of private labeling a product. So, with that being said, starting capital, I'd say at a minimum you need like $3,000, to private label your own product. Not everybody has $3,000 to jump into a business venture and take that type of risk. Not everybody has that, certain level of risk aversion. You know what I'm saying? So, not everyone has the audacity or even the courage to spend $3,000. Even if they did, not everyone is gonna, take the cardinal action, the initiative, and give it a shot. Now, with drop shipping, you know, you don't really need starting capital. I mean, just to get your website done. But you can always drop ship on like Amazon and eBay. But then again, that comes down to control and distribution, right? So with drop shipping, you don't really need a high starting capital. You really need starting capital, in my opinion. But that creates a lot of competition with drop shipping because if anybody can drop ship, that means anybody can be your competition, literally anybody. Now with private labeling, you have 100% equity, meaning you control the product, you control distribution, the brand is yours, you have ownership, the title is yours. You can literally license out your product and get them into retail stores. You know what I'm saying? So you can't do that with a product that's not your brand, that you have no control over because you don't have the equity. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you can take a Batman action figure and go to GameStop, or a toy store or whatever and say, hey, uh, I control this product, so, jack up the price and, we'll wholesale this for you and, you just give us a license royalty check every time it sells, yada, 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 the whole 9 yards. You can't do that when you're drop shipping. Drop shipping's more like a turn and burn operation for quick cash or to keep you in cash flow positive on a daily basis. And high price margins when you're private labeling because once again, everything comes down to control and distribution, right? Control and distribution. You control the price. Nobody's gonna compete with you. Not many people are gonna differentiate, the same product with a different branding. It's all about, especially when you have your sales funnels, your marketing, sales landing page funnels, and you funneling the traffic, to your private label products. You control the pricing. You control the margins. You control the pricing. You can private label a product for, $5 or $10, and you can jack it up slightly above market value due to branding. Well, I mean, what's the difference between Air Jordans and generic sneakers that's made out of the same material? Private labeling, right? Branding. Exclusivity, okay? Nobody can literally compete with you. You can take a famous product, OEM, private label that product and modify it, and now you have something unique that nobody has. Nobody can compete with you, and that gives you a lot of power, and nobody could compete with you, because if I want to compete with you, if I want your product, I'm forced to come to you with a proposition, try to buy the rights, or pay you a royalty or whatever, so I can distribute and profit off your own creation. And wholesale income. You can easily, get somebody under contract and provide them with the wholesale units of your private label product, and that is essentially an additional income stream. The Amazon has a certain program where you're allowed to do that. You can wholesale your products to Amazon, but I don't like the margins from that. But I mean, look, guys, everything comes down to control. Why do you think so many online merchants, they go out of business? Because PayPal controls your money, right? Using PayPal as a bank aggregator, they control your money. They control what comes in, what comes out. Bam, they put you out of business because you don't got control of processing the money. So that's why I'm a big proponent of cryptocurrencies, because now you're the bank. Now you don't have to deal with PayPal's bullshit, And this comes down to private labeling versus drop shipping. Private labeling, one of the pros of private labeling is obviously, control. Like, I mean, you want to be the tenant or you want to be the landlord? Which one? Ask yourself that question. You want to be the tenant? You want to rent, or you want to own the land? Look at McDonald's. That was a real estate play. That wasn't it wasn't about the food, it was about the real estate. Same thing with private labeling. It's about owning the product. It's not about distributing the product, it's about owning the product. And speed of delivery will beat the competition. A lot of you guys that, is out there drop shipping, you guys your lead time is about 14 to 21 business days. I mean, as a consumer, I'm gonna go to the business that's offering 2 or 3 day delivery. With private labeling, you can easily import it domestically, have it in your warehouses, or spread out through distribution channels, and they'll distribute the products for you to your customers, and they'll get it in 1 to 2 business days. How you think Amazon dominated the e-commerce sector? Pricing and delivery. People want cheap products and people want fast delivery. You can't really do that when it comes to drop shipping. Cons of private labeling. Now, it's not all fun and dandy, but we'll get to the cons. Requires higher capital to commence, obviously. I suggest $3,000. I've seen people, successfully do it with $1,000, but $1,000 starting capital. But at the end of the day, you want to make money, you start with $3,000. Requires strong due diligence to commence, meaning you got to do your homework. There's a lot of research involved, a lot of due diligence. You gotta do a lot of market research. You gotta know what products that sells, what niche to sell to, what converts, what doesn't, the whole 9 yards. Just like you're running marketing campaigns, requires higher levels of risk compared to drop shipping. Obviously, in my opinion, it does because the starting capital is higher. You know, the starting capital is going to be higher. The due diligence is also much more higher. It takes much more energy, and you're not going to know if it sells or if it doesn't sell. So that's the importance of opening an LLC. But I'll get to that in another video. So you can have tax write-offs if you're operating at a loss. This is specifically for United States. I'm not sure how the tax laws work on other countries. Requires more patience and plan of action than drop shipping. Like I said, you need to be calculating. You need to be extraordinarily disciplined. You need to be extraordinarily focused. This is not something where you get a typical generic product and you slap your own label on it. You put it into the marketplace. You put it on eBay, Amazon, Shopify, WooCommerce, and you do what you do. It doesn't work like that. All right. Now, pros of drop shipping can be done with zero capital. Yes, you read that right. You don't even need money to start. Just take a product, make up your listing on eBay or whatever. Do what you gotta do, and you're good to go. Easy to source winning products. All you gotta do is go to the best sold sale listings on any of the major e-commerce websites, and they have a lot of statistical softwares that you can use to look up how many times a product has sold, and you're good to go. Fast turnover rate. If you're let's be honest here, guys. If you're selling something like Superman, Dragon Ball Z, or anything that's high in demand, popular in pop culture and stuff like that, it's gonna fly off the shelves. All right, it's gonna sell like hotcakes because people go crazy for that stuff. In demand products will always have a customer base. You will always have a customer base. If you're drop shipping, popular pop culture products, you stay competitive with the pricing and all this other stuff, you're always going to have a customer base. Cons of drop shipping, and you guys are going to want to hear this out. Number one is extremely competitive, all right? So when you're drop shipping, if I can drop ship, so can you drop ship. If I can drop ship, so can a 16-year-old drop ship, so can a 70-year-old man drop ship. Anybody and everyone can drop ship, and that's going to come down to price wars. There's going to be a race to the bottom. That means that you're going to be at, you're going to price your product at $20. I'm going to have to price my product at $15. You're going to price your product at $10, and now we're just dealing with stupid margins. Now we're dealing with low margin. We're not even dealing with 15 to 20%. We're dealing with like 10 to 12%. Even when you're selling on your own website, on your own virtual real estate, do not assume, don't make the mistake and think that the customers are not going to do their due diligence right before they purchase, because a lot of them do. A lot of them will open up a window, go to Google, type in the product, and they're going to go for the better product. That's why your marketing and sales funnels have to be precise and concise. Dependent on suppliers. Now, I have a lot of problems where it's like I'm drop shipping, and I do high amounts of volume and sales on a monthly basis, over 10K per month. So you already know what type of problems I get into. I have a lot of problems where I'm drop shipping and the supplier, all of a sudden ends up saying like, oh, we sold out. Or, oh, you ain't got back to me as fast as possible. Or, oh, hey, we on vacation. Or it's just some excuse, And that messes everything up. That messes up the chain. That messes up the stream. That messes up, the reputation, because reputation is important when you're running a business, and you're gonna have pissed off customers, and the customers is gonna say, hey, but I bought the item and it said you had it in stock, and now it's saying you don't have it in stock. It's just a whole world of problems, a lot of headaches too, a lot of logistic headaches. Merchant accounts despises drop shippers. You read that correctly. Merchant accounts despises drop shippers. PayPal hates drop shippers. Stripe hates drop shippers. Square Payments, they hate drop shippers. I can mention around 10 to 15 different payment processors, or even merchant accounts, your own bank merchant accounts. They hate drop shippers that you're gonna get shut down. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna, like, all right, the Visa and MasterCard rules and regulations very strict on merchants. If you get 1% chargeback rate, they already consider you high risk. If you're drop shipping, that's considered a high risk business model. You know? And when you're drop shipping, you need a fast turnover. You need cash flow to fulfill the orders, because you're using the customer's money to fulfill the order. So let's say Stripe says, you're drop shipping, you're making $20,000-$30,000 a month on a monthly basis in revenue, and you have like about $20,000 in products that you need to fulfill. And let's say Stripe, all of a sudden they say, since you have a 3%, 4% chargeback rate, we're going to put a 40% hold on your account. So now they're going to hold 40% of the money that's in your account. And now, you can get funding to fulfill those orders. Now you don't have a choice but to either refund the orders, which is going to make you look bad. It's going to make you look extraordinarily bad, because, I mean, if I buy a product, and the company that I buy from, after I buy it and it says they have it in stock, and now all of a sudden they're telling me it's not in stock, I'm going to say, you know what, fuck them. I'm not dealing with them. That's just my opinion. But I'm pretty sure the mass majority thinks the same. I mean, wouldn't you guys be angry if you purchased something and it said they had it in stock, and they tell you that, oh, we sold out after you purchase, after the money has been processed? So you're just going to get a lot of headaches. There's a lot of logistics, there's just a lot of things that you're not in control when you're drop shipping. And when merchant account shuts you down, they'll blacklist you. All right, they'll blacklist you. That when you do apply for another merchant account, they're gonna say nope, and that's gonna create a huge problem. It's a very problematic, a very problematic nature to be in, situation to be in. Slow shipping times, just like I said. When you're drop shipping, you can only offer them, like, what? As long as your supplier is shipping out the products. 7, what is it? 7, 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 weeks. Like, come on, guys. Slow shipping times is a huge negative when it comes to e-commerce. I mean, if you guys are going to do e-commerce, you might as well model Amazon. You might as well model Amazon Prime, because they're the alpha. They're the dominant. They're more dominant than eBay, and eBay came out first in them. So, and the reason for that is because Amazon focuses on speed of delivery and pricing. With slow shipping times, your conversion rate is gonna drop significantly. I mean, it's like I said, people want their products fast. That's just the world we live in. If they don't get their products on time, they're gonna be pissed off. Because I know I myself, I get pissed off when I purchase a product and I don't get it in time. Winning products can burn out fast. All right, so if you're drop shipping, most likely you have a lot of competition. If I'm drop shipping a, I don't know, boxing necklace, let's say, for example, and The guy before me, the business before me, sold over $100,000, and of that boxing necklace. Well, I'm trying to find somebody. I'm trying to find that audience in that same niche that has not been exposed to that product. You understand? It comes and goes. It's like a trend. It's like that. You guys remember that Pokemon Go, what came out? And some guy made a Pikachu Shopify store. And it's a turn and burn operation. And that same week, he made a lot of money. I think he made like $200,000 in that money. $200,000 selling Pikachu stuff due to Pokemon Go. The Android app that came out last year. Everybody was playing. Now, ask him again if he sold that. The same products. What I'm trying to say is that, you're going to have products, winning products, they're going to burn out fast. It don't matter how much money you dump into your marketing campaigns. It doesn't matter how evergreen you try to expand your targeted interests and all this other stuff. People are going to get tired of being exposed to the same products, and they're going to burn out extremely fast. You have zero control and distribution, all right? Zero control and distribution. Your supplier can shut you down. Your merchant account can shut you down. Even your competitors can shut you down. You got too many variables that you got to depend on. I'm not saying I'm still a drop shipper. I'm not saying drop shipping sucks. I'm just saying that you got to look at it from a scaling perspective. And obviously the winner is private labeling. Private labeling is the winner because you get control and distribution. You call the shots. You control the product, you distribute it. You don't want to distribute it, you can tell them, go screw yourself. You want others to distribute it for you, they got to pay you. Higher pricing margins, okay? Higher pricing margins. So you call, again, it comes down to control and distribution. You call the shots, you control the pricing. You can price it whatever price you want. And, well, there's going to be less competition. That, brings me to the third. The third reason is because there's less competition. You need starting capital to start. Now everybody has $3,000 where, they're going to put into a product, they're going to private label. They're not even going to know if they're going to succeed or they're going to fail. You can offer faster shipping time, all right? If I put two Shopify stores, and compare and contrast each other, and Shopify store A is going to offer faster shipping time than Shopify store B, guess who's going to make the sale? Even if Shopify store A has a crappy description and crappy aesthetics. But if they say, get this product in 2 or 3 days, against this store that's saying, get this product in, 3 to 4 weeks, like, come on, guys. This ain't rocket science. Exclusivity. You hold exclusive rights to your own brand, to your own product, to your own title, to your own, your own creation, pretty much. So it's like, it's kind of like if I want to buy a website, if I want to buy a domain name that says, marketingexperts.com, and the guy that's selling it is asking for $100,000, it comes down to supply and demand, right? I'm forced to pay that person $100,000 because he's the only person that has control, exclusivity to that domain. And the only way I can get that domain is if I pay up. So that's what I mean by exclusivity. All right, you own the product. Wholesale income, that's another stream of income you can do with when you have your private labeling product. When you have your own private label product, you can offer wholesale, to businesses, retail stores, and it's pretty lucrative because you're gonna have them on the contract. Licensing deals, you just sit back, collect the royalty payments, kind of like Amazon, work by Amazon or Amazon FBA. You can just license it out, and You just collect the payment. You just focus on, restocking. You just focus on marketing. Niche custom, actually, they focus on depending which channel you sell on, or if you're licensing it out to retail stores or even to another company, a white label company. You know, you just sit back and collect the royalty paychecks. Niche customer fan base. I don't have to stress out how important it is to, once you capture a lead when you're running traffic, how important it is to sustain that lead, because that is the most expensive variable when you're running an online business, whether it's a corporation or whatever it is capturing, all right, capturing your customer, capturing the lead. Because let's be honest here, guys, marketing is the most expensive, one of the most expensive uh, attributes when it comes to running an online business. So when you have a niche customer fan base, again, you control the customers. Your product itself, your company, your brand, your product is the influencer. You see how those Instagram influencers can charge a lot of money for a shout out? It's the same principles, the same fundamentals, all right? You control the product, you're gonna have a loyal fan base. They're not gonna go anywhere but you to reorder, repurchase, and buy products from you. So let's say, you have your own WordPress or Shopify store and they want to buy a product, they want to buy your product. They're not going to find it nowhere. They have to go to you, right? Cuz you control the product. You have the product. It's your own private label creation. Again, that comes down to exclusivity, control and distribution. You can also have contractual business deal. You have 100% equity. You can even sell the entire product. You can sell the entire product for 100%. You can put a contract on it, on a licensing, wholesale, even exclusivity deal, where they have to pay you on a monthly basis or quarterly or every 6 months and stuff like that. And once again, you have the power. All right? When you private label, you have the power. Everything comes down to control and distribution. Control and distribution. And this right here is one of the most important reasons why I chose private labeling. Because it cannot be replicated. When I say replicated, I'm saying, yes, the product can be replicated, but not your brand, because your brand is copyrighted. Not your domain, because your domain is copyrighted. And if you have a patent on it, then obviously it can't be replicated either. You can sell your product rights. Again, that comes to contractual business deal. All right? You can say 20%, 30, 40, 50, whatever. It's up to you. You have the power. You have the freedom. You have the liberty. You can do whatever the hell you want. Higher chance of success. And when I say higher chance of success, it's because we are eliminating the competition. We are increasing the control and distribution, and we are engaging in the exclusivity. And that puts you in a special group of people where, you got to have audacity, you got to have the courage, you got to have high risk, that high risk mentality, where not everybody is going to venture into private labeling, because not everybody has the courage to do so, and that's the truth. So I know I've been away for some time, and that's because I've been extraordinarily busy with this 4Q holiday season. Right now I'm running about 3 companies and doing a lot of cryptocurrency trading. As you guys know, that the cryptocurrency markets has been extraordinarily volatile, breaking records left and right. So I will be making weekly uploads once again. We back in action. And please subscribe to this channel. This is just the beginning. Coming into 2018, I will be, going a little bit more in depth, more intense with the teaching and consulting. So if you like what you see, drop a comment. Let me know what else you guys want to see. If you guys have another request or whatever, let me know. I'm open to suggestions. I have about thinking about 30 to 40 more topics I need to cover, and these are important topics, and hopefully this will help you guys out. Thanks for tuning in.